Hey guys, it's Justice bringing you another brand new episode of Fun Facts. Things you did not know about Santa. And in this episode, we're going to reveal some amazing facts about Santa you never knew. Santa is one of the most universal personalities in modern culture. All over the world, he is celebrated in various ways. Maybe you think you know everything there is to know about Kris Kringle or Old Mary, St. Nicholas, or any of the other dozens of other names he is known by. Maybe you're one of the few who don't care about Santa at all. You think he's just a myth, but his loyal fans would beg to differ. In 2006, Forbes removed Santa from their Forbes Fictional 15, an annual list of the richest fictional characters. Why? Because they received too many letters from angry readers insisting that Santa is real. And this is only the beginning. Here are some remarkable stories that will arouse your curiosity. He has a driver's license and a passport. Canadian. Santa officially received a pilot's license from the US government in 1927. He also has a passport. However, this is exclusive to Canada. Both Santa and his wife received their own e-passport in 2013 in Canada. During a special ceremony in Toronto, Immigration Minister Chris Alexander said of the holiday couple, "Like most Canadian citizens who enjoy extended travel around the world, the Santa Claus family was delighted to receive their e-passports, the most accepted and safe travel document in the world, whether you are traveling by car, boat, or with a team of reindeer." Although it is an international incident, the United States and all other countries with a claim to Santa Claus have not yet responded to these formalities, Canadians being the only country to allow travel documents to be issued. His sled is probably the fastest vehicle ever made. Santa is not appreciated for all the effort he put into one night. It is one thing to say that he visits every boy and girl on the planet and leaves presents for them or coal for the naughty ones. When you process the count, you realize that this is an amazing job. In the world, there are roughly 2.1 billion children, and on average 2.5 children in each household. Santa's sleigh has to make 842 million stops on Christmas Eve in the span of 31 hours because of time zone differences. A calculation was made regarding the speed of movement of the vehicle during this time period to reach each house. That calculation shows that his sled must travel 1,800 miles per second. Woo, that's fast. Compare that to NASA's Juno spacecraft, often considered the fastest human-made object that reaches speeds of only 40 miles per second. Better luck next time, NASA. He has only been wearing red since he started working with Coca-Cola. Santa has had a wide range of colorful outfits over the years. Green, brown, blue, even tan. It is only since 1931 that he has been wearing his now iconic red and white suit. This outfit change occurred because of Coca-Cola. Their brand colors are red and white, so their Santa Claus character followed suit, advertising and selling Coke products in their trademark colors. Since then, Santa has continued to be one of the central elements of Coke advertising campaigns around the holidays. He was a bachelor for many years. Santa Claus has been around for several centuries and a part of American culture at least since the late 1700s. But by the mid-19th century, people began wondering if Santa would ever give up the bachelor life and settle down. His wife was introduced in an 1849 novel, A Christmas Legend, written by a missionary in Philadelphia named James Rees. After which, Mrs. Claus soon became a regular presence in Christmas stories. Nobody knows for sure who wrote "'Twas a Night Before Christmas." When A Visit from St. Nicholas, or as it later became known, "'Twas the Night Before Christmas," was first published in a New York newspaper in 1823, no name was attached. It was sent anonymously to Troy Sentinel and was published. In 1844, it was credited to a Bible college professor by the name of Clement Clark Moore. But there are some who insist that it was stolen from the true author, Henry Livingston Jr. There was even, supposedly, an old manuscript that would prove it. But that alleged draft was destroyed in a fire. How convenient. The mystery continues to this day. All letters to Santa in the United States go to the same post office. Starting in 1914, all the letters addressed to Santa Claus go to the same place, No, not at the North Pole. At a small post office in Santa Claus, Indiana, where each letter with a return address will receive a reply handwritten by the postman. That's a lot of writing. Pat Koch has continued the tradition he started with his father, and his many aides share his enthusiasm. Some countries go a step further, creating unique postcodes just for Santa. Make sure to include the code 999999 if you write to Santa in Finland, and in Canada, the correct code is H0H0H0. Ho ho ho. Santa probably needs more reindeer. For all the children in the world to whom Santa gives gifts on Christmas Eve, he must carry around 400,000 tons of toys in the sled. And to carry that cargo, he needs a little more horsepower, or reindeer power. Santa only has 9 reindeer: Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen, and of course, the most famous reindeer of all, Rudolph. He would need at least 360,000 magical reindeers to guide the sled with such a vast amount of weight through the air. I guess his 9 reindeer are Herculean. There is a severe debate about what Santa's salary should be. Should Santa, the real Santa, not the thousands of performers you see in the mall, receive a salary? The writers at Insure.com believe he should. They tried to calculate the potential profit of Santa Claus using salary data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. By their estimate, Santa Claus should make $140,000 a year, or a day since all of his work is done in one day. However, not everyone agrees with such a low salary for a guy who does so much to bring joy to the world. A survey by Insure.com found that 29% of people believe Santa should earn about $1.8 billion annually. I'll take that. While another 29% think he should do it for free, out of the kindness of his heart. 2 different cities claim to be the true home of Santa Claus. You would think the city of North Pole, Alaska, had a good reason to proclaim itself to be the birthplace of Santa. But there's another city, Rovaniemi, in the northernmost part of Finland, that also insists that it is in fact the true home of Santa Claus. According to a tourism communications officer in Rovaniemi, Santa Claus's office in Santa's village is the only place in the world where you can meet him 365 days a year. Well, let's not fight over this. Can't we find a compromise where Santa divides his time between the 2 cities? Home away from home? Problem solved. Marvel Comics dubbed Santa the most powerful mutant that ever existed. I knew Santa had magical powers, but who knew he was a good faith mutant? And not just any mutant, but the most powerful mutant ever recorded. According to Cerebro, the mutant detection device created by Professor X, leader of the X-Men from the Marvel Universe. You can find this shockingly cool news in a special X-Men comic from 1991. Once upon a time, Christmas was against the law. The Puritans of New England were not Santa fans. Following the tradition of their British ancestors, they said that December 25th should be a day of fasting and humiliation. The Massachusetts Bay General Court passed a law in 1659 that warned anyone found respecting or observing any day such as Christmas or the like, either by skipping work or celebrating it in any other way, could be fined up to 5 shillings for the crime. Santa Claus receives billions of letters each year from children around the world. But if you thought most came from the United States, you would be wrong. The country that sends the most paper letters to Santa Claus every holiday season is none other than France. That's right, French boys and girls send an amazing 1.7 million letters to jolly old Saint Nick, compared to 1.35 million in Canada and just over 1 million in the United States. Well, that's all we have for today's episode. I hope you guys learned something. Make sure you subscribe and like the video, and I'll see you in the next video.